If you're looking to create a website for your nutrition coaching business, but you're not sure where to start, then this video is for you. And today, Coach Josie from my nutrition coaching team is gonna show you exactly how to create a website that not only looks great, but also lands you more clients. And the best part, creating this website is a lot simpler than you think. Take it away, Coach Josie.
Hey there, Coach Josie here, and today I'm gonna show you how to build a nutrition coaching website that sells your coaching for you and will get you more coaching applications. Now, unless you are hiring somebody and you want to build this website on your own, which is what we're going to show you how to do in this video, you're first going to need a website building platform. Now, there are tons of these on the market right now, so you can find your favorite, but some of the ones that I really like and have enjoyed using in the past are Wix, Kajabi, Squarespace, and WordPress. Those are just a few examples, but look around on the internet, see if you can find any that you like. Now, I particularly like using a website building platform like a Wix or a Kajabi because a lot of times they have pre-built templates already made for you, and you can just plug in your information and have a beautiful looking website in only a couple of hours. So you don't have to do it all from scratch. And depending on how you structure your business, a lot of these website platforms also allow you to provide courses like Kajabi does, take payments, send emails, run Google Ads if you want to do that at some point. There are a lot of other built-in features to these platforms that give you that bang for your buck. Now, for today's video, I'm going to demonstrate using Kajabi because this is one of my favorite website building platforms, and it's the platform that we use to run our entire business within the Dr. Mark method. Between hosting our courses, sending emails, managing our students, it does it all. So I'm going to show you how to do this here. And if you want to try Kajabi out for free, you can use our affiliate code, which is going to be the first link in the description below. It gives you a 7-day free trial and it helps support our channel. So check it out if you're interested. So now we are going to move on to actually creating your website. Now, there are two main types of websites that you can create for your nutrition coaching business. The first is going to be a traditional website. This is going to be the type of site that most of us are familiar with. It's going to have a home page and then multiple other pages that give you more information. Think of this as a general brochure for your business. There's different contact points. You can go to an About Me page. You can go to the services page. It's kind of this general overview of what your business has to offer. Then there's something called a landing page or a sales page. A landing page is a single page site that is designed to get users to take a specific action. For example, this could be signing up for an email list, buying a specific product, or taking the specific action of filling out a coaching application. And in my experience, nutrition coaches benefit most from creating landing pages or sales pages when they're first starting their business. And this is because a traditional website can be very distracting for the user once they get on. There's lots of tabs they can click on, there's a lot of information they can explore, and the likelihood of them completing the action like filling out your coaching application tends to go down once they're distracted from the other pages on the website. So a landing page is beneficial because it's going to keep your users' attention on the one thing they came there to do, which was to learn more and sign up for your coaching. So my general recommendation for most coaches that have one program they offer or one service, nutrition coaching, that they offer, is to start with a landing page. So I'm going to show you guys right now how to create a landing page using Kajabi, which is going to be transferable to almost all of the different website building platforms, as well as give you some tips for building a full-on website at the end of this video. So we are in Kajabi, and this is what a landing page typically looks like. The one thing that you'll notice about the landing page is up here, usually where you'd find a little button where you can find contact, home, things like that. It's not going to be there on a landing page because we really just want people to go down this page, read everything, and the only button that there is in this whole entire page is this apply to work with me button. So the whole thing is dedicated to getting somebody to fill out my application, right? So let me go ahead and show you some of the elements of what makes successful landing page, but also this can work for a website as well. And these are the things that you want on your nutrition coaching site that's going to help your client see that you're the coach that's for them and that's going to push them to apply and start the process of working with you. So the first thing you'll typically want on any type of site is going to be what we call a header or a hero. You'll see it referred to as sometimes. And this is basically where you're going to kind of briefly have a little heading about your mission statement or who you help, maybe a little copy right here, a little saying right here that kind of describes what you do and who you work with, and then some type of button or opt-in to work with you or to fill out your application, right? So for me, working with my foodie clients, I came up with the heading of eat what you love, lose what you don't, helping foodies lose weight without giving up the flavors they love. So this is going to just really help confirm to the person who's visiting the page that they're in the right spot. It's going to call them out right away and encourage them to keep on reading. So after that, what I have is just a little introduction about myself. Now, the thing that makes a website page or a landing page really impactful, it actually gets people to convert, is instead of talking about like, as a coach, me, here are my qualifications, here are all the cool things I do, it's take your story, take your qualifications, and everything should be spun in a way that's beneficial for the person on the other end, for your potential client, right? We don't want to just convince them how smart we are. We want to make sure that they know when you work with me, you're going to get results because of X, Y, Z, right? So I did this kind of little intro about me and about my program, which I named the Fit Foodie program. And I'm, just a picture of me so that they know I'm a real person, right? They know they're in the right spot. And then a little bit of a story about how like I was once a foodie, now I'm a nutrition coach. And just for clarification for the video, I'm not a foodie. I can barely cook. So this is an imagination experiment, okay? But I lost 60 pounds because my pain point was when I would do diets in the past, they were so boring, blah, 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 blah. And I talk about that here. And so I'm immediately kind of connecting with this audience's pain point of like, I want to lose weight, but every diet is so boring. And so I'm kind of providing the solution of like, I found a way. You don't have to lose weight in a boring way. You can have amazing food. You can still go out with your friends. As long as you have the right strategies and the right application and support, you can get results. So this is something that's always good to have on a site. It's talking about like your mission statement, what your program does, who it serves, and the result that it gives. The next thing that can be helpful on any type of site, and this could be on a landing page, this could be in the services section of a web page, and I'll show you in a website context where you have multiple pages how this could look as well, is talking about the deliverables of your program, right? So what I would recommend is, remember, we're trying to think the benefits. What's in it for my potential client, right? Instead of just saying what you get, weekly check-ins, a nutrition plan, fitness programming, think about what's the benefit of that. So if I'm thinking about I have a foodie client, I'm gonna lead with the benefit. What you get, always delicious, never boring nutrition plans. Then here I'm talking a little bit about the features. So when you sign up for my coaching, you're gonna get custom nutrition plans that are designed to help you see progress without, giving up your favorite foods. Something like that. Flexibility. You're gonna have flexibility with your plan. You can still go out to eat using our strategy, and you'll get fun workouts that you can do anytime from anywhere. And then if I'm trying to highlight my support, and just instead of saying like weekly check-ins, I can say never feel alone, because that's something a lot of people, my demographic that I've made up here feels, is they feel like, I get alone, I need that extra support. So never feel alone. You're gonna get one-on-one support through the app. You also get weekly check-ins, so on and so forth. So talking about what they'll actually get, but really coming at it from this benefit focused way is a really good thing to have on a website. And that's really going to help drive sales and interest and applications a lot more than just saying you get a weekly check-in, a nutrition plan. And then one thing you'll notice on a lot of landing pages, and you kind of want to do this, minimally. You want to almost think that if my landing page was a story, when would it make sense for me to, interject what we would call a CTA, a call to action, basically a call to say, hey, you want to get started? Let's apply here. So at this point of my landing page, I went ahead and just said like, ready to get started. They've already got some information. Maybe they're excited. Here's an opportunity to take the next step. Now, the next thing that your nutrition coaching landing page or site should have is testimonials. And if you have lots of them, you should put lots of them on your page, because testimonials is that social proof that you've worked with other people and they've gotten good results. And so you want to highlight that stuff. So on my example landing page here, you'll see that I have, some before and afters. I have some text testimonials. I also put like their name, their age, what their affiliation is, like what's kind of the thing that makes them fit in this program. So my, example here, Sarah is a food blogger. My example, Jake, is a craft beer enthusiast. He loves beer. My other example is a busy mom of 3, but she has kids that want to eat pizza and they want to go out to eat and stuff, and she was able to make it work. So I'm using these stories to kind of further confirm that I've worked with people just like you and they've gotten results using this method. So you want to have some testimonials on your page regardless. Now, there are instances where sometimes on a landing page, I'll put testimonials like right here, and then I'll put more on the bottom just to like keep reaffirming as they're going through the page that, hey, there's a lot of results from this program. So using the testimonials is really beneficial. And one thing to take note of too is if you're a newer coach and you don't have a lot of testimonials, using your own story is really helpful. But what I would recommend too is if you can work with a friend or a family member for a month or so for free and just give them to have them give you some testimonial content. That can be a really good way to get some testimonial content built up while you're, getting more clients and getting your coaching going. Now, the next part of my landing page is going to be an about me. So this is when you can start to talk about your own story, because remember, a lot of people, they're not just buying a program, they're buying a coach. They want to relate to you. They want to feel supported by you, especially if they're coming off of social media and they've gotten used to your personality and your brand from there. So having an about you that talks a bit about your story, why you're passionate, putting some emotional appeal into that. But then also, this is where I will go ahead and interject qualifications, right? Because while qualifications, a lot of times, our clients might not ask us, are you certified? Or they don't think to, or maybe they don't really care. They just, know they want to work with you. It's a good way to establish yourself a little bit more. So here I went ahead and just listed all of my qualifications. You can do this bullet point too. I just did it all in paragraph form. But I talk about my qualifications and then why I created the program. So it's a little bit of an about me section on this landing page. And again, when you're making a landing page, you want this about me somewhere, but you don't necessarily need it at the tippy top, right? Which is what we might think we want to do because we want to be like, hey, you're working with me, here it is. But I kind of hide it a little bit after I've talked about what people get and then some testimonials. Again, it's going to depend on the page. I'll kind of change where that is depending on the product or the service we're working with, but you want it about me somewhere. And I'll show you how you can put this on a website as well. Now, I'm at the bottom of my landing page. So I would say the main things you need on a landing page are your header, right? So that hello, you're in the right spot. Some type of introduction about the program, who it's for, the results you get, something about the deliverables, testimonials, a little bit of an about me. And then there are some extra stuff that you can put on a landing page just to help, make it more impactful, right? So if you can put more testimonials like we talked about, that's a great thing to do. Like the more social proof you can put on a landing page, the better. Another thing you can do is what I've got here, which is an FAQ. So that's just basically thinking about what are some common questions people ask about the program or might ask about the program and putting the answers right on your page. Really quick, go into preview mode. So this is just what this actually looks like as a website, and I'm not in the editor, but what you can do is using Kajabi, I was able to put this little FAQ feature in so that when people click on this, it opens up and they get the answer. And when I'm thinking of my FAQ questions, I'm almost thinking about some objections people might have. So if I'm thinking about my clientele, what are the reasons that they don't join weight loss programs? Well, maybe it's because they're scared to give up their favorite foods. So I ask a question of, will I have to give up my favorite foods to lose weight? And then my answer is just further solidifying, no, you don't have to do that. And here's how this program is beneficial instead. And I do that with all 3 of these. I've tried so many diets before. How's this program different? I'm busy. Will I have time to follow this program? If you make something like an FAQ, that's a good way to sort of handle sales objections before you even talk to your clients. So that's another thing you can add. And the last thing that you can do on a landing page, when we're thinking specifically of the single page type of site, is you can put a contact form. So if you have any extra questions for me, contact me here. And then that will actually route their question directly to your email. And then you can get a hold of them that way. And so at that point too, before we move on to the website, I've kind of showed you the elements of a successful landing page or the elements of a successful site for a nutrition coach, the things you want to include. But let's quickly talk about some of the features you get in Kajabi. And these are going to be features that are in almost all website builders. This is just going to be the Kajabi layout that make building sites really awesome and really easy. You do not have to be a website designer or a coder in order to build really good looking sites. So the first thing, when you come over to the sidebar in Kajabi, you can see all these elements are different blocks. So when I click on my hero desktop, it brings me up here. And if I wanted to change the text, I just simply click here. I can change the text, I can change the font, I can go to my heading and change the heading sizes. So if I wanted it really small, which I don't want it really small, but I could do that. I have these buttons here, which right now they're not connected to anything, but all I'd have to do, so if I had an application, I could link my application right in here, and when someone clicks on that button, it's going to take them right to the application, so they're going to go to the right spot. This stuff, this is kind of cool because you can do in Kajabi if I add content to my site, there's so many different options. You can add some text, you can add another call to action, so that would be just more buttons, a list of links, you can add forms, which I'll show you that in context in just a moment with our actual website and how to create an application. These things are cool, these like feature cards, because if you want to talk about features of your coaching, or maybe you want to make price cards or something like that. I actually like to use this feature in particular for testimonials just because it looks nice. If you actually go up here, I use this exact feature to make these testimonials, and it just kind of puts them in their own little individual cards, which looks cool. You can customize all the colors on Kajabi, so I went ahead and went in here and kind of picked this green, added a background image. It's very simple, and Kajabi is very simple to use, and that's why I really like it, especially for beginner website builders. If you want more control and you want to build a more robust site, you might want to look into something like Wix or something like that. I noticed that when I use Wix or Squarespace, I have more flexibility. Like the blocks in Kajabi, for example, I can't move this. In Wix, I would be able to actually move the text box wherever I wanted, but Kajabi is built to be very like plug and play. So if you have little website experience and you want to just create a great looking site that performs really well, which I think most of us do, Kajabi is great just out of the box. If you want more creative control and flexibility and more design freedom, you might want to check out a different one, but that's just my opinion with Kajabi. Another thing you can do on Kajabi is you can put videos in here. So if you wanted to put a sales video or a video explaining who you are in your program, that's an awesome thing you can do. Yeah, there's just so many different things. But one thing I wanted to show you was that you can actually embed forms into your site, kind of show you what this can look like. So I can actually add a form that I've built on my site directly. So within Kajabi, you create forms, a different tab, but I can come over here and find all the forms I've created. And let's say I want to add one of my weight loss applications. As you can see here, now this is directly on my site and people can fill it out. And this is great because you can host your own application form right on your site instead of like Google Forms or whatever. So it looks really professional. You can use this for check-in forms, which is an awesome thing to do. That's what I did in my business. You can use this for email opt-ins. There's so many different use cases for the forms on the websites. And again, most of these website builders are gonna have this type of feature. Now, just to wrap up on landing pages before we move on to how to create a full website, this is what it can look like. I built this. I didn't try super hard on this, so don't judge me if it looks a little ugly, but this took me literally 30 minutes to make. It was not long at all, and it looks good on mobile as well. You can test these on mobile, and I just get my own custom link now, and you could put this link right in your bio on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, and then people can access a site that's totally custom to you almost immediately. So this is an example of a landing page. Now let's talk about a more built out website. All right, so now we are on my actual website that I created. So as you can see here, the main difference is now I have some different menu tabs. Up here, I can go to the home page, which we're on right now, an apply page where they can actually apply for coaching. So as you can see, I've put that application form right here. There's an about me section where I've put it's literally the same thing, but I've put this about me section. You can apply to work with me. I put the FAQ on here too. And then I also created a services tab. Now this is one thing that we didn't talk about with the landing page, is actually putting your pricing on your website. So there is some debate about whether you should put your coaching prices on your site or not. I'm going to just leave that up to you right now. That's a different video idea. But if you want to put your pricing on your website, having a services tab like this is great. And I actually just created these using that pricing card feature. So it literally took me 2 seconds. Kajabi already has this built in. And then I just added my pricing and my features that are involved. And then people can go right to apply there. And then I went ahead, talked about my features, and then another call to action down here. So again, this was all built with Kajabi. Super simple to do. There's a lot you can do in terms of putting your own images, choosing your own colors, optimizing the design for your branding. You can really do anything you can think of here. And as you can see, see, I put a contact form here. So this is just an example of a landing page, a website that you can build all within Kajabi. And again, when you're using a website builder like Wix, Kajabi, Squarespace, WordPress, there are so many different templates that will do most of the designing for you right out of the gate. So definitely take advantage of those. And I think the most important thing to think about when it comes to creating your own website is having those basic elements of a header that's like eye-catching, maybe a picture of you, having an about me section, talking a little bit about what your coaching offers, the benefits of your coaching, the different features, what people are going to get, and then making sure to add in some of that valuable social proof so that people know that you've worked with people just like them and they've gotten great results. So when it comes to building a website for your nutrition coaching business, it can be quite simple, especially now that we have so many amazing tools on the market that can help you create websites in virtually under an hour. Let's go ahead and wrap up and talk about how we can actually get people onto your website so that they apply for your nutrition coaching. All right, so now that you've built your site, the last thing you need to think about is how people are actually going to get there. Because despite what you may think, like you build a website and then just like millions of people see it the next day, you need to direct people or traffic to that site. And one of the best ways to do that is through social media. So once you create your landing page or site, you immediately want to go ahead and put your link into your Instagram bio, into your Facebook bio. I even know some people that do a lot of in-person training will put a QR code on their business cards so that when somebody scans it, it takes them right to their site. But the main thing is you need to be then sharing this site with people so that they can find it, read it, and fill out your coaching application. So if I can impart any last wisdom on you, make sure your website is very easy to find. And then the last thing I want to talk about, because this can be confusing for new website designers, is domain names. Now, if you've ever wondered how a website gets a name like josiesawesomenutritioncoaching.com or the drmarkmethod.com, it doesn't just come like that. You have to buy something called a domain name. Lucky for you, these are very easy to get and they're about $10. Sometimes you can get them for $10 for 2 years. You can go to a website like Namecheap or GoDaddy, search to see if your website name is available, buy it, and then your website provider will help you connect it to your site. So then when somebody searches, yourawesomenutritioncoaching.com, your site pops up. So getting a domain hooked up is super easy to do. You'll find tons of different tutorials if you need help with that, but that's kind of the last thing you need to figure out. But other than that, you're all good to go. I hope this was a helpful video. And if you want more videos about website designing, even SEO, how to optimize your digital marketing for your nutrition coaching business, go ahead and leave us some suggestions in the comments. We'd love to hear them. All right, back to you, Mark.
And that's it, folks. Now you can create a great looking website for your nutrition coaching business that helps you land clients. And if you like the Kajabi website builder that we used in today's video, go click the first link in the description below to give it a try for yourself. Now, as great as all those tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create nutrition coaching packages that actually sell. So check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.